Hey there, Chef Christopher here at the Clubhouse. Today we're going to be doing a demo for you, talking about one of my favorite Italian side dishes, Risotto ai Funghi. And what that is basically that translates out to mushroom rice in Italian. But it's such a nice, creamy, savory umami dish. So many different flavor profiles going on in this dish. I'm really excited about it. It's at the same time, it's rich and it's earthy and it's herbaceous. And there's just a lot of really great stuff going on. So I love this dish and I hope you're gonna love it too. Now, of course, as always, if you have any questions about this recipe or any other recipe, you can get me right here at souschef@springrun.com, this little address. So hit me there if you have any questions about this or anything else, or if you're coming through the Clubhouse when we're open, come see me. I'm happy to walk through my cuisine with you as well. So we've got our saute pan over medium heat. We're gonna add olive oil to the bottom of the pan. I'm gonna start with our garlic, chopped garlic. Chopped shallots. We're going to add in our carnaroli rice. There's many different rices you can use. Arborio is another popular one, but the carnaroli, from what I've heard and from what I've experienced, this is the most authentic rice you can get for your risotto. We're going to go right in there. Maybe add just a touch more oil. You want to keep it a little bit moist. You want to kind of toast up the grains a little bit. You can see we got a little bit of an oil slick. Make sure your heat is only at about a medium. This is a long process. It's a nice, slow process. We start adding a little bit of our white wine. While trying not to fog up the camera lens. But you want to just keep cooking it, stirring it, moving it, so that the grains of rice take on all the moisture that's coming into it. We're going to have cream, we're going to have mushroom stock, we're going to have white wine that we need to add to all this. But we're still looking for that al dente. So it's a process. You just got to kind of keep working your rice around. And as your rice dries out, you're going to add more liquid and just keep it moving. Now you'll notice I'm using a wooden spoon. That's so that I'm not breaking up any of the grains. You have to be as gentle as possible with the rice grains. Otherwise, you'll have rice mush as opposed to a nice risotto dish. You don't want to use metal because it'll cut the grains. You could use a plastic spatula. You could use a nice wooden spoon. This is actually a spoon made from an olive tree in Italy. A friend of mine many, many years ago took a trip to Italy and brought me back a little souvenir. And I always use it when I'm making risotto. Now we're going to add in our mushrooms. These are cremini mushrooms. They've got a nice umami flavor to them. I have a little bit of button mushroom I'm going to add also. Get those mixed in. This is our mushroom stock, which is basically just stock that's been, water that's been cooked down with some mushrooms. So now we're at a point where we have the grains of rice just about al dente. They're still a little bit hard. We're going to add a little more moisture to it in the form of heavy cream. Just a little dollop, maybe about a quarter cup, not much at all. And again, a lot of this, I could sit here and give you exact measurements. A lot of this is the eye test. You have to know exactly what consistency you're looking for, what texture you're looking for while you're doing this. We're looking for something thick and kind of soupy, a little bit like a rice stew. Okay, so we got that nice and incorporated in. We're going to add just a touch of white truffle oil to enhance our mushroom flavor. The smell coming off of this pan right now is just incredible. It's one of my favorite smells. It's umami, it's earthy. You can smell the garlic and the shallots in there still. Give it a little toss. If you can't do that, don't get the risotto all over your kitchen trying to duplicate that. Just leave it in the pan, keep stirring. You don't want anything to stick to the bottom. Maybe just a touch more cream. And just keep it moving. So we're going to add our cheese now. This is a blend of shaved Romano, Asiago, and Parmesan. It's going to give us a little bit more saltiness, a little more cheesy, dairy, earthy flavor in there. Keep it moving. Now, if you need to add more liquid while this is going on, by all means. Again, it's a feel. It's not anything exact. I'm going to give it another splash of heavy cream just to keep the moisture going. And we are almost there. Now we're going to add our herbs. This is a blend of rosemary, thyme, and parsley. And again, what that does, it gives it another little earthy component. And it accents the mushrooms very well. You could do a little bit of basil in here if you like. I wouldn't do anything super aromatic or sweet like a tarragon, but then it's not my dish, it's your dish. Put whatever you like in there. But with mushrooms, I usually go with the rosemary, thyme, parsley. The Simon and Garfunkel blend, if you will. I think we're just about there. I'm going to go ahead and turn my burner off, but I'm going to leave it in the hot pan. It's going to continue cooking while we're doing the rest of this. I'm going to add a little whole butter. This is unsalted butter. Generally in my recipes I use unsalted butter because I want to be able to control the amount of sodium in my dish. We're going to go ahead and incorporate that in. Again, that's going to give us good flavor, a little bit of mouthfeel. It's going to give a real nice sheen to our dish. Make sure we're stirring from the outside, moving in, scraping the bottom so that there's no kernels stuck to the bottom, no rice that's getting down there and getting burned and sullying our flavor. There we go, we're just about there. Now we're going to finish with a little fresh ground, pan-toasted black pepper. Again, to taste, whatever your taste is. I'm just going to hit it with a little bit of kosher salt because I don't feel that it's going to need a lot of salt. We've already added that cheese. That cheese has a good amount of salt in it. We're going to put more cheese on at the end. That has good salt in it. And there we are. It's almost all over but the shouting. Now we're going to go to the plate. All right, so now here we are. We're plated. We've got a little bit more Pecorino Romano that we're just going to take our microplane and just shave on there so that we've got that. And then we've got the rest of our white truffle oil that we're just going to go ahead and drizzle right on top of that bad boy. And what that's going to do is the heat from the risotto is going to make that oil, the flavors come out even more. So if this is walking by a table, or if this is walking by your seat, or if this is sitting on your table ready to be eaten, you're going to smell that. You're going to get the intensity of that mushroom flavor. We're going to add a little bit parsley, just a little torn up parsley just for a little color. And get some of that out of there. Here we are. And this is how it's done nella cucina. We love this dish at my house. It's rich, it's flavorful. It's got a whole lot of umami flavor, which is just an earthy deliciousness that comes from the mushroom and really can't be obtained anywhere else. So that's how we do our risotto al funghi. And I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. The smell is incredible. The flavor is going to be incredible. I'm going to go eat this bowl real quick. But once again, I want to thank you guys for checking out what we're doing here at the clubhouse. And we'll welcome you back next time. Until then, stay safe and we'll see you soon.